This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
This broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is being made possible by Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected since 1934. Mason General Hospital and Family of Clinics, now known as Mason Health. United community, empowered people, exceptional health. And our Community Credit Union. Community is in our name and in the work we do every day.
Well, good evening and welcome to the Mini Dome on the campus of Shelton High School in Shelton, Washington. Tonight, Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, has a girls and boys South Sound Conference high school basketball doubleheader featuring the Gig Harbor Tides and the Shelton Highclimbers. I'm Tedrick Allen, and you are watching the Our Community Credit Union pregame show. The ladies are first. Shelton comes into the game 9-4 on the season, 2-5 in the SSC. Lady Highclimbers are coming off Wednesday's 64-52 loss to Yelm, despite Teaguli's game-high 23 points. Gig Harbor has a 10-5 overall record, 8-1 in the conference, currently in second place in the standings. The Lady Tides easily dispatched Central Kitsap Wednesday 46-28. This is the second meeting of the season for Shelton and Gig Harbor. The Tides took the first meeting 45-32 on December 16th. GH has won the last 13 games over the Highclimbers. The last Shelton win over Gig Harbor was on February 5th, 2009 by a score of 41-31. Coming up on the Our Community Credit Union pregame show, we'll talk with Shelton coach Liz Canwright. It's the first game of the girls and boys South Sound Conference high school basketball doubleheader. The Gig Harbor, that is, Lady Tides at the Shelton Lady Highclimbers. Next on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Since 1941, our Community Credit Union has been focused on our members and helping you achieve your financial goals. At OCCU, we offer personal, mortgage, home equity, and business loans to meet your needs. Our top priority remains the same: providing personal, professional caring service to our members.
Helping people is very gratifying. To be able to say I work at a place that does that every single day, I'm very proud to be a part of that.
Become a member and become part of a growing, diversified family.
When you call OCCU, you get a live person, not a recording. Call representatives like me are truly here for you.
Dedicated to our community, last year OCCU employees volunteered over 1,700 hours to 43 service groups, schools, and community events. For over 20 years, we've been awarded the highest rating from Bauer Financial, the nation's leading bank, rating, and research firm. Come see the difference and give OCCU an opportunity to earn your trust.
I'm Dr. Alexandra Rhodes. I work at Oakland Bay Pediatrics. My specialty is pediatrics. I wanted to be a doctor because I really love taking care of babies. My dad was a doctor and I was always in the hospital, and I volunteered in a hospital as a baby cuddler for a little over a year, and I really loved it. And I think I just always knew that I kind of wanted to be a pediatrician. I went to Washington University in St. Louis for college, and then Johns Hopkins University in Baltimore, Maryland for medical school.
And welcome back to the Mini Dome, everyone. A little bit early for our usual broadcast time because we have a doubleheader tonight. It's the girls and boys basketball doubleheader. The ladies are first, Shelton Lady Highclimbers and the Gig Harbor Lady Tides. It is now time to talk with the coach. Jerry Apple is with us, but he is busy getting starting lineups for me. And we'll talk to the coach here. And it was a couple hours ago, actually. Coach Liz, not the outcome you wanted on Wednesday night against Yelm. My impression was your team tried to force it a little too much. They wanted it too bad.
Yeah, we had a high turnover rate that game. We struggled with, having turnovers at key moments, and they really capitalized on those. Yelm is a great perimeter shooting team, and so they really did some good things. We had 2 girls that hurt us a lot from the outside. But I think our growth still with these girls, we're doing some really good things. We're staying close with those good teams, but we're wanting to kind of get a W out of it, just that confidence piece. But they play all 32 minutes real hard, real aggressively. We're playing smarter ball. We're taking steps in the right direction. We just need to come away with a win.
Doesn't get easy tonight with Gig Harbor coming in, second in the standings right now. How'd it go against them the first time you played them?
First time we played them, I think it was early in season. So both teams, were working through some things, trying to fine-tune things. We were up at half, I think, by 4 or 5. We stayed with them. They have a real good freshman on their team that did some damage in the end to us. But now we know about her. And so we're hoping to really know where she is on the floor defensively, try some different looks, looking to really use our advantage. Our strength is our speed and our pressure, and that's what we're going for.
Everybody healthy for tonight?
Well, we still, that flu's kind of going in through our team a little bit. Abby A still sitting out, but other than that, we're doing pretty well.
Well, good luck tonight.
Thank you so much. Good to see you.
All right, that's Coach Liz Canwright before the boys JV game, which occurred just before the game we're getting ready for now. Gary, my timing is a little bit off tonight. Yeah. It's a half an hour earlier for tip-off time. They had 4 games today. There was the JV game was here for the boys. The girls JV was in the auxiliary gym earlier, and now we're going to have 2 games. Actually, I think there's a game going on in the auxiliary game as well. I'm not sure.
Well, there is another. I'm sure there is another game going on right now in the auxiliary gym, and wouldn't that be the?
Maybe it was the C team.
Yeah,
might be the C. I don't know. It's kind of interesting that they changed this into a doubleheader. I know it did the same thing in Gig Harbor in December, and we're doing it here. Which I love it when we have this. Feature both the teams at the same time, same location.
The nice thing is you've got the band here tonight. You've got the Pips youth basketball group. You've got a nice crowd. It's just nice to see this gym at least 3/4 packed. And it could be even more crowded a little bit later on tonight. So that's good. It kind of reminds me of the game where we played Capital there, the boys.
Right.
That was, even though Shelton didn't win that night, it was still a fun game to watch, and it was great to listen to the band. And what a great night to listen to good music and watch a couple good games.
You can't see it in the camera shot, but there is a large group over here to the north, the main entrance, just kind of hanging around.
Yep.
Most of that's the boys' team, actually. Well, many of it is part of the boys' team, but they're all hanging around. So, I expect more to file in. Well, we're a few minutes away from the starting lineups announcements and the tip-off and what have you here in the Mini Dome. We'll take another timeout. We'll be back with the correct starting lineup because my graphic will be off by 1 player, and Jerry will tell us all about that when we come back in just a moment. This is Mason Web TV powered by HCC, and you're watching the Our Community Credit Union pregame show. We'll be back.
Life's just more fun with fast, reliable Wi-Fi. You can stream, share, game, try something new. But weak Wi-Fi spoils the fun. That's why you need managed Wi-Fi from Hood Canal Communications. The right equipment, professionally installed in all the right places, keeps your Wi-Fi powered party streaming strong. Call or visit Hood Canal online to upgrade your Wi-Fi today.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only source for live high school sports broadcasts in Mason County. Join us every week this school year for another exciting game. If you want to be part of future broadcasts, contact Mason Web TV right now and become a community broadcast partner. Join the likes of Hood Canal Communications, our community credit union, and Mason General Hospital and family of clinics in supporting student athletes. A simple phone call, text, or email can put you in the next broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Everyone has dreams, but not everyone knows the steps they need to take to get there. At the Community Financial Center, we help members of our community credit union to work toward their dreams. Located inside the Shelton Mountain View branch, the Community Financial Center works with families to help them pursue their short and long-term goals, specializing in comprehensive financial planning, investment advisory services, insurance, and retirement planning. At the Community Financial Center, we work one-on-one with our community credit union members to help them identify their needs and their objectives. Together, we'll develop a set of strategies that seek your success. Isn't it time to set a path to your goals? Set up a free, no-obligation consultation at our community credit union's Community Financial Center. It's your success. We just guide you towards it.
Well, we're back here in the Mini Dome. Diedrich Allen and Jerry Apple. And I have my graphics going through the whole commercial break, Jerry. It's just ball spinning, or you can't see it. There's a little ball here that spins with the OCCU logo going. I'm really not on my game because my timing is off. Anyways, let's talk starting the lineups, Jerry.
Sure.
Let's get right into it right now. Jerry has the the Gig Harbor starters. Wrong team. Go ahead, Jerry.
Okay, the starters for Gig Harbor: at one guard, a junior, number 14, Megan Edwards. At the other guard, a freshman, number 23, Bailey Young. At forward, sophomore, number 33, Tia Berry. And at the other forward, a junior, number 5, Kiki Mamiya. And rounding out the starting lineup for Gig Harbor, at center, a senior, number 2, Tate McReynolds.
So the only difference between what I have on the screen is Tia Berry in place of Abby Emery. But for the Highclimbers, starting lineup is as follows. As you see on the screen, Jade Smith. She's a 5'5" senior. Taya Gooley, 5'4" senior. Carly Thompson, a 5'3" junior. May Ping Vernon, a 5'4" junior. And Johnny Allen, a 5'8" senior. So those are your starting fives for both teams. We will take yet another timeout. We'll be back with more from the Mini Dome, including the national anthem and the tip-off. It's all coming up next. You're on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Neighbors help each other. It's how community works, and it's how we do business at Hood Canal Communications. We know you count on us for value-priced internet, TV, and phone service, backed by friendly local support. Your hard-earned dollars stay right here as we invest in our community, our people, and smart technology. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected while being a good neighbor.
Hey sports fans, do you want to know when and where your favorite teams in the South Sound Conference are playing, who won the game last night, and what the current standings are? Well, it's easy to find out on sscathletics.org. The information is entered by athletic directors and coaches, so you know it's accurate and up to date, making sscathletics.org the place to view official schedules, scores, standings, photos for all the schools and all the sports in the South Sound Conference. Check out sscathletics.org, the official website of the South Sound Conference.
Mason General Hospital and Family of Clinics now offers 3D mammograms. The new Selenia Dimensions 3D mammography system in the Diagnostic Imaging Department at MGH has ergonomic design for patient comfort, provides up to 40% reduction in false positive recalls, has a proven 41% increase in detection of invasive breast cancer, is FDA approved, and is superior to 2D mammography. Call today to schedule your mammogram.
Mason General Hospital and Family of Clinics. Equal opportunity provider. Translation services provided. And we're back here in the Mini Dome. Girls are first. The ladies are first in this basketball doubleheader. Jerry mentioned the crowd here, and we'll just go through it again. The band is here, the players in progress, the young performing group, I guess you could say. They'll perform at halftime. They performed at the halftime in the last game. They'll perform again at halftime in the boys' game. I believe the dance team will be performing somewhere on this. I mean, this is a busy night.
And Gig Harbor, I think, travels well.
Oh, yeah, they do. For those who don't want to listen and watch us, Jerry, they come to the games.
Yeah.
We're going to run through some keys to the game, Jerry. I know you didn't see the girls on Wednesday night because you were busy, but the keys for Shelton, the Lady Highclimbers, limit the turnovers. That's basically
that is
it.
True. They definitely, and I don't know, how did they do on their foul shots, one-on-ones? Or did they get to the line very much?
They did okay. Let's just put it that way. It was more on the lines of keeping the turnovers down, and they just came in wrong times. And I was very impressed with the Shelton girls as they would fall behind and battle back, fall behind and battle back. They didn't lead in the game, but they did get very close, and they just couldn't pull it out in the end. Yeah. And we're going to be standing for the national anthem in just a couple of minutes here as we do the regular thing. Yeah, you got to do the read of the play fair statement. Jerry, you know all this because you did it for years.
Yeah, I did. For 30 years.
For 30 years. Now he's helping me.
And it's a privilege to work with you.
So we will listen to the national anthem.
And now, please rise to honor America and all those who serve, as the Shelton High School Band leads us in the national anthem.
The Shelton Marching Band with the national anthem. We'll take a time out as the starting lineups will be announced here in the Mini Dome, and we'll be back with the tip-off in just a moment. This is Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. We'll be right back.
Let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First,
Life's just more fun with fast, reliable Wi-Fi. You can stream, share, game, try something new. But weak Wi-Fi spoils the fun. That's why you need managed Wi-Fi from Hood Canal Communications. The right equipment, professionally installed in all the right places, keeps your Wi-Fi powered party streaming strong. Call or visit Hood Canal online to upgrade your Wi-Fi today.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only source for live high school sports broadcasts in Mason County. Join us every week this school year for another exciting game. If you want to be part of future broadcasts, contact Mason Web TV right now and become a community broadcast partner. Join the likes of Hood Canal Communications, our community credit union, and Mason General Hospital and Family of Clinics in supporting student athletes. A simple phone call, text, or email can put you in the next broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
On 5'3" junior, number 10, Carly Thompson.
And we're back here at the Mini Dome as the Shelton Highclimbers are being announced here. Their starting lineups. We'll run it down for you one more time. For Gig Harbor, it's Tate McReynolds, Kiki, is it Mamiya? Jerry, is it Mamiya?
Yes, it's Mamiya.
Mamiya, okay. Megan Edwards, no, not Megan. Megan's not. Bailey Young and Tia Berry. I highlighted the wrong player, Jerry. But we'll figure that out. For the Highclimbers, it's Jade Smith, Taya Gooley, Carly Thompson, Mei Ping, Vernon, and Johnny Allen. And ready for a really good game, Jerry.
I think it will be. Shelton's going to definitely have to play their A game tonight, but I think they can do it. I think they're going to have a good game. I'm positive about that.
Okay. I agree with you, Jerry. After watching them Wednesday night and how they came out against Yelm, I expect the same tonight. So it looks like it'll be the freshman, Kiki Mamiya, to meet Johnny Allen in center circle to get this game tipped off. The Tide will be in their dark blue with the white numbers. The Highclimbers in their home whites with the red numbers. And here we go. Ball's tipped up and won by the Tide. Comes McReynolds. Near side to Young, back to McReynolds. Highclimbers start out in the zone. And here's Young swinging into the corner. McReynolds dribbles out, cross court it goes, and here is Edwards handing off to Barry. 7 on the shot clock, and McReynolds drives baseline, hands it off to the freshman, to the hoop, and it dropped off. Taya Gooley tracks down the rebound. Here come the Highclimbers. Into the corner to Carly Thompson. She'll get it back to Taya, and the Climbers will reset. Here's Carly with the ball. Up top to Vernon. Mei Ping trying to get by the defense, drives the foul line right to the hoop. Over around the freshman, and popped out. Rebound goes to the floor, and Johnny Allen had it for a second. Who's going to come up with it? It's going to be Gig Harbor. Here comes Edwards for the Tide. McReynolds to the top of the key on the dribble. Over goes to Young. Young running the, calling out the play to Barry. 3 on the way and in for Bailey Young. So Gig Harbor strikes first. Here come the Highclimbers. Mei-Ping Vernon. She's going to drive baseline. Going to get tied up. And a jump ball, and that will stay with the Highclimbers. So one thing I noticed Wednesday night that Mei-Ping was taking it to the hoop a little bit more than she usually does.
Good.
And she'll inbounds it from the baseline out to Gooley. And now here's Carly Thompson between the circles. Over to Jade Smith. Trying to get by the defense of Young. Drives baseline, finds Johnny Allen. Bobbled the pass, just ripped out of her hands, actually. And here comes McReynolds, but a steal by Vernon. Mei-Ping had it swatted away from her and recovered by McReynolds. Is that McReynolds? Yes, it is. Okay. And here's Young back to McReynolds. Into the corner to Edwards, and a steal. That's 2 steals by the Highclimbers. Here comes Taya Gooley blowing the layup, but it's going to be a foul over the back on the Tide. You could have actually got this a little bit of body contact with Taya going to the hoop with the ball. But they're going to get it on Bailey Young, her first team foul on Gig Harbor. Highclimber baseline inbounds to Gooley, to Vernon, to Thompson, swinging around to Smith. Takes a 3. Ooh, that's off. And Taya can't get to the ball out of bounds. It'll go over to the Tide.
Yeah, the Highclimbers have picked up 3 early turnovers, and the Tide have 2 turnovers.
And more specifically, steals, Jerry.
Yeah.
1 by Vernon, 1 by Gooley. Quick pass down to the baseline. McReynolds, extra pass to Barry. Barry bobbled it, puts it up and in. So 5-0. Gig Harbor on top. Shelton with the ball. Taya Gooley hands it off to Vernon. Mei-Ping will get it to Carly Thompson and reset with 18 on the shot clock. Back to Vernon. Looking to the baseline, trying to post up Smith, but she'll get it to Gooley. Gooley between the circles, coming off a big game on Wednesday in the loss. Here's Vernon driving in, puts it up, and she had it partially blocked by Kiki Mamiya, and that's a shot clock violation. On the Highclimbers, good defensive stand by the Tides.
So far, Gig Harbor's 2 for 3 from the field, and the Highclimbers are 0 for 3 from the field.
Here's Edwards quickly down to the box, and Mamiya back to Edwards. I'm sorry, Young, excuse me. There is McReynolds. There's Edwards. Get the numbers right. And here's Mamiya driving into the paint and off the glass and in. And it's a 7-0 lead. Timeout by Coach Liz. Not liking what she saw there. It's a 30, so we'll keep it right here. 7-0. Gig Harbor on top. 4:24 to go first quarter. Shelton has only really had a couple of looks at the ball, at the hoop, and have come away with nothing. Oh, there's a stranger in the building, Jerry.
Oh, yes.
I haven't seen him in a while.
No, I haven't either.
He's been moving slowly. He had some leg issues. But it's good to see him.
It is good to see him. He's been a faithful supporter of the girls basketball program for sure. I haven't seen him at as many boys games. But.
Yeah, I think he likes the girls game better. And for whatever reason, I'm drawing a blank on his name, Jerry. I just recognize his.
I know he played basketball for Shelton High School.
He did, yes, in the 70s. Here's Carly Thompson having it poked out of her hands to Taya Gooley. Gets it back. Carly will reset with 20 on the shot clock. And Taya Gooley's going to drive baseline. Had it swatted out of bounds by McReynolds. 11 on the shot clock for the Highclimbers. Baseline inbounds.
Yeah, we've had several blocks already, but the Highclimber girls, they want to take it to the hoop and draw a foul, for sure.
Vernon will trigger the play, get it into Smith in the corner, up top to Thompson. Thompson spinning at the foul line, stops in the paint, drives down, and Cheyenne Kenyon in the ball game. She'll get the roll.
Nice assist from Carly Thompson.
And that's what Cheyenne brings, a little bit more toughness in the middle, I think.
Yeah, she's had some problems with her shoulder, and that's unfortunate. I know that's taken away a lot of her playing time.
Well, there's just a couple of strips on the shoulder. She's had it fully wrapped before, but it's just a precaution from what I've been told. She's healthy. Nice find down low. And McReynolds quick passes quickly back down to Mamia, up and in.
Yeah, they're hitting Kiki very well inside for the easy layups. That's her second easy layup.
Here's Taya Gooley to Mei Ping Vernon, and she'll drive by the defense. Tried to leave it to the baseline. It's going to be knocked out of bounds by the Tides. I thought that was just a miscommunication there. That's kind of the way things went against Yelm on Wednesday night.
Yeah, number 14 deflected it just barely. That was Megan Edwards.
Molly Dela Cruz will step onto the court for the first time tonight, replacing Jade Smith. It'll be high climber baseline inbounds. Taya Gooley will inbounds it, try to get it into Dela Cruz. It's just stolen away by McReynolds. Here comes Tate. Oh, and then Cheyenne Kenyon steals it right back. Here's Carly Thompson with a foul. And that'll be 2 team fouls on Gig Harbor. Megan Edwards picked up her first, so it'll be sideline inbounds for Shelton. Thompson has the ball between the circles. To Vernon. Mei Ping, high post feed to Cheyenne. Kenyon drives right along the paint, puts it up, and she draws a foul on Tia Berry. That's her first and the third team, so Cheyenne Kenyon at the free throw line.
Foul called, number 33, Berry, her first, third team. Cheyenne Kenyon, line, shooting 2.
You know, it looks like Cheyenne darkened her hair and made a little bit of a red tint to it. I don't know why I notice these things, Jerry. I just do. But it's more of a natural red tint, not the the bright red. So, if I remember right, she was a blonde earlier in the season. Second free throw goes in, and Cheyenne Kenyon has all 3 of the High Climbers points.
That is true. 1 for 2 from the field.
And here is Edwards for Gig Harbor, handing it off to Young. Bailey back and forth on the dribble. Going to stop at the top, so it over to Edwards. High post feed to Berry. Back to Young. Young for 3 at the top, just short. She's got a nice release, Jerry.
Yeah.
And Berry will track down the rebound, throw it up top to Young. She'll take another 3. In and out. Dela Cruz with the rebound. Here comes Gooley. Hands it off to Vernon. Over to Thompson. High post feed again to Cheyenne Kenyon. She's going to drive and draw yet another foul. And this is going to go on Kiki Mamia. And she had this look on her face like she didn't even touch her.
Okay.
Yeah. So Kenyon back at the free throw line. 2:06 to go in the first quarter. 9-3 is our score. Gig Harbor with the lead. Shelton's Cheyenne Kenyon with a 4th point. And the
2
4th
for 3 from the foul line.
And the 4th point of the ball game. Abby Emery checking in for the Gig Harbor. Looks like Bailey Young sat down. Second free throw. Oh, and that one, they're going to wave that one off. Didn't go in either way. Carly Thompson got a little, what's the right word, anxious? And stepped into the key before the shot went off. So
we're just going to count it as a missed foul shot.
Yeah, it's
no turnover.
no turnover there, just a missed shot. And so there was a substitution. Oh, Abby Z is in. Abigail Zanusky stepped on for Shelton. And Emery to the hoop. No, McReynolds grabs a rebound, puts it up, missed that one. And now Emery puts it up and in off the 3rd chance. Or is it the 4th chance? The 4th chance. Here's Vernon with it way outside to Thompson. Over to Gooley, open for the 3 for a brief second. Now to Thompson. Here's Vernon. to Gooley with 10 on the shot clock. Over to Thompson. Carly looking low, trying to get it down to Dela Cruz. Drives baseline. She leaves it in the middle, and it's a turnover. And here comes Mick Reynolds.
7th turnover for the Highclimbers.
Just forcing it just a little bit, I think. They just, oh, nice drive, but can't get it to fall in was Mick Reynolds. Rebound goes to Dela Cruz, and here comes Carly Thompson.
Oh,
nice pass to Abby Z. Oh, she couldn't get it to drop in. Rebound goes to Emery. Wow, that's a heartbreaker right there.
Yeah, it is.
Good vision, nice placement. Here's Mick Reynolds to the foul line. To Emery, back to Mick Reynolds. Hands it off to Young back in the ball game. She'll kick it to the corner. 3 on the way in the corner and in. That is Edwards. And it's a 10-point lead for Gig Harbor. Taya Gooley takes a 3, misses it. Rebound goes to Carly Thompson. To Vernon. Vernon standing on the 3-point arc, launches along 2. That one's going to be saved and bounced by Abby Z, but it goes right to Abby Emery. And Edwards slows the pace down and then speeds up again. Nobody picked up ball. Out it goes to Mick Reynolds to the foul line. Kick it to the corner. Here's Young. 3. Short. Rebound pulled down by Carly Thompson. She's going to launch at the length of the court as the quarter runs out. But a good quarter for Gig Harbor. They're up 14-4 after 1. We'll be right back.
Hey sports fans, do you want to know when and where your favorite teams in the South Sound Conference are playing, who won the game last night, and what the current standings are? Well, it's easy to find out on sscathletics.org. The information is entered by athletic directors and coaches, so you know it's accurate and up to date, making sscathletics.org the place to view official schedules, scores, standings, photos for all the schools and all the sports in the South Sound Conference. Check out sscathletics.org, the official website of the South Sound Conference.
My name is Matt Woods. I'm the new podiatrist taking over for Dr. Rice. I know that he's a very well-liked podiatrist, and I'm very, very happy to be able to take over his position here at Mason General Hospital Ankle and Foot Clinic. I just want everyone to know that I'd like to treat all my patients like they were my friends or my family. You know, I wouldn't do anything to a patient that I wouldn't do to myself. I just think that.
Second quarter underway. Gig Harbor has the ball. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Interesting that Shelton has not committed any fouls yet.
Young with the ball up top. And gets it to Emery. And near steal again by the Highclimbers. Kick it to the corner to Barry to Young. Young at the top. Drives the foul line. And this is Pezchek out to Barry for 3. That's off the back of the iron. And Young comes away with rebound. She'll step back beyond the 3-point arc. Find Edwards in the corner for 3. That's off. And Barry will track down the rebound. Finds a wide open Emery. Oh, they can't get anything to drop in. Is there a lid on that thing? Carly Thompson had it poked out of her hands, out of bounds. I tell you, man, it's just kind of interesting the way things were just, nothing's falling in. Somehow Gig Harbor was able to get their 14 points, but.
Well, they're doing a good job. They're getting a lot of rebounds, a lot of offensive rebounds.
Yeah, you're right. Here's Taya Gooley at the top trying to get some separations, finds Johnny Allen in the ball game for the Highclimbers in a turnover. Barry trying to force it up the court. Gets it slapped right back into her face, and here comes Megan Edwards. And nice defensive hands by the Highclimbers, knocking it out of bounds. Now, number 12, Jerry, remind me who that is.
Number 12 is Riley Peshek.
Peshek, okay, so she's in the ball game for Gig Harbor. Now she's going out. Now that I found out who she was, she's going to sit down. So Young, well, let's see, we have Olmstead, who actually, they didn't let her substitute come in.
Interesting. So, Gig Harbor is going to be good for many years. They've got 2 starting freshmen on this team.
Right, so Madison Olmstead in the ball game with McReynolds, Barry, Young, and Emery. McReynolds will get it in to Edwards, excuse me. There's Young to the hoop, no. Barry tried to get the rebound, but tapped it into Vernon's hands, and here comes Mei Ping. Slow the pace down, but she'll get it to Carly Thompson. Nice lane for Carly, missed the shot. The rebound, Johnny Allen comes away with it on the jump ball, so it'll stay with the Highclimbers. Johnny was kind of limited on Wednesday night, and I expect something pretty big for her tonight to respond for that. It'll be Highclimber baseline inbounds, right of the backboard. Smith will get it in to Vernon. Vernon will put it on the floor, drive in the paint, leave it for Abby Z. Back to Vernon. Vernon off the glass. It drops in. So finally somebody else other than Kenyon has scored for Shelton. A Young way outside for three that's short. Carly Thompson pulls down the rebound. She was all alone in the paint. Nobody's crashing the board for Gig Harbor. Carly on the dribble. Hesitates, drives baseline to the hoop. Swatted from behind by McReynolds. Goes right to Zanuski. To Allen. Allen drives into the paint. Kick it to the corner. Smith. Smith for three. Nope. Rebound tapped and controlled by Young. She'll hand it off to McReynolds, and here come the Tides. McReynolds, top of the key for the Tides. Finds Barry. Barry kicks in the corner to Young. Young drives baseline. Stepped on the baseline, Jerry. I thought they were going to get Mei Ping for a foul.
Fourth turnover for the Tide.
So Cheyenne Kenyon returns for Shelton, as does Teaguli. It looks like Johnny Allen and Carly Thompson will sit down for the Highclimbers.
I was very impressed with Cheyenne. First time that she was in.
She is very, she gives some real toughness, Jerry. Cheyenne does. You don't think when you look at her that she's tough, but
right.
But she is really a tough player, and she never gives an inch. Well, most of the
Highclimbers. She take that from the rest of her family?
Maybe so. Here's Jade Smith to Vernon. Vernon, nice spin to the baseline, stops, kick it to the corner. Here's Smith. Smith will dive baseline, and then an offensive foul away from the ball on Mei Ping. That's her first, and that's the first foul on Shelton.
That is correct.
So Edwards will bring the ball up for Gig Harbor. Give it over to McReynolds. Kick it to the corner to Barry. Quick pass down to Mamiya. Out it goes to Olmstead, and she'll hit the jumper.
And that's her first basket.
Lead is back to 10, the largest of the night for Gig Harbor. Vernon lost it on the sidelines, boy. I don't know if
nine turnovers.
Yeah, I don't know if you can credit Gig Harbor with their very kind of in-your-face defense, or is it just some mental errors on the Highclimbers?
Well, they're definitely playing that man-to-man, and they're coming out on it. They're putting some pressure on it.
Yeah,
that man-to-man. They're not just sitting back a little bit.
Quick passes by the Tide. Here's Mamiya, and Edwards with a three that rims off. And it's Smith with the rebound. Nice little move at the, oh boy, that's got to be another block as Kenyon tried to go to the hoop. And here's Edwards. Swing it over to McReynolds. And they're going to get Mei Ping with her second personal.
Foul call, number 11, Herman. Her second team. Checking in for the Highclimbers, number 10, Johnson.
Bailey Young will step on for Gig Harbor, and Carly Thompson returns for Shelton. So Young has the ball. Gets it back to McReynolds. To Young. High post feed. Mamiya, and her outlet to his check is out of bounds.
I noticed in some of the games that Mei Ping Vernon has been playing, she's very aggressive on defense.
And it seems to have ramped up a little bit here in the second half of the season.
Yeah, and that's why she's sitting out a little bit of the second quarter here.
Well, it's two personals. Abby Z with the ball, far side for Shelton. Side of the paint to Kenyon. Kenyon takes a couple of steps, kicks it to Thompson. Thompson spins into the paint, little scoop that comes up short, and the rebound pulled down by Mick Reynolds for Gig Harbor.
It was a nice move by Carly, though.
Yeah. She's taking a page out of one of her brother's playbooks, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Here's Mick Reynolds. Kick it to Mamiya, up top to Young. Over to Mick Reynolds, fakes the three, gets a screen, and she threw it over to Coach Liz. Sorry, wrong uniform. And it will get to Kayla Neely into the ball game for the first time for the Tide. With Pezchek. Oh, we have a timeout. Well, we'll get those lineups updated when we get back.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
My name is Matt Woods. I'm the new podiatrist taking over for Dr. Rice. I know that he's a very well-liked podiatrist, and I'm very, very happy to be able to take over his position here at Mason General Hospital Ankle and Foot Clinic. I just want everyone to know that I'd like to treat all my patients like they were my friends or my family. You know, I wouldn't do anything to a patient that I wouldn't do to myself. I just think that having a good rapport with your patients and the trust is necessary, and you know, I can do anything from toenails to giant fractures to arthroscopic procedures.
So we're back here in the mini dome. 10-point lead for Gig Harbor.
And that was the second timeout for the Highclimbers.
I'm looking over at the bench for Gig Harbor.
Uh-huh.
Is that a 6 on that young lady's jersey? She's at the very end of the bench. I don't think you could have a 6 on any high school number. I thought it all had to be in one hand.
Yes.
So obviously she's not going to be
playing. I'm trying to look, and
I think there's a 6 or an 8.
Uh-huh.
Well, here the Highclimbers ball. Dela Cruz just forced nearly out of bounds. Gets it to Carly Thompson. Back to Dela Cruz. Molly with a one hand. She never put another hand on that ball. It's an 8-point lead for Gig Harbor. Here's Pezchek going to the hoop, missing the shot. Rebound goes to Zanuski. Up to Carly Thompson. She's going to bang bodies with Olmstead. And that'll be a foul on Madison. At least it should be. It is. It's her first 15th foul for Gig Harbor. So it'll be baseline inbounds for Shelton. 2:42 to go in the half. 16-8 is our score. Gig Harbor with the lead. Highclimbers with the ball.
Not very many fouls tonight, though, as an overall picture in this first half.
Teaguli will inbounds and get it into Carly Thompson. Quick pass up, and Pezchek tried to save it inbounds, and it'll stay with the Highclimbers with the sideline inbounds.
And turnovers come in twos, one for each team.
Here is Teaguli coming off her 23-point night on Wednesday. To Molly Dela Cruz. To Carly Thompson, wide open lane for Carly, up and in. Here comes Bailey Young for Gig Harbor. She's got some ball handling skills too. Hands it off to Olmstead. Olmstead hands it off to Neely. Neely tied up, nearly stolen by Carly Thompson, but it rolls into the hands of a Gig Harbor player. And here's Young with a reset. Kick it down to Mamiya, to the hoop and in. 6 points for Kiki, and a timeout with 2 minutes to go in a half for the Tide. It's a 30 seconds, so we'll keep it here. Jerry, I can see why Gig Harbor is so good. They pass so quickly, so crisply, you don't even have a chance to react.
Yeah, they pass the ball very well. They don't just come down and maybe pass it to one person and then shoot. They work it around, and then if they have an opportunity, they'll take the three, or somebody will take it to the hoop for Gig Harbor. Yeah, I'm very impressed. with their passing game.
It's almost like the Tides lull you to sleep defensively sometimes. You don't know, they're just going to pass it around again. No, well, she's got to the hoop. What's going on here?
You're absolutely right. I can see that. Or I'm seeing it.
See that. Carly Thompson gets the ball back from the inbounds, back to Taya Gooley. Draws the double team and loses the handle, but nope, they're going to say it was knocked out of bounds by Megan Edwards. Megan says, no, it's my ball. Guess not. Referee says, nope, sorry. Gooley gets the inbounds from the sideline. Tides are in a zone, and Gooley hits her first three. Taya
That's a good sign.
That is a good sign. She exploded for 7 threes on Wednesday night. Kept the Highclimbers in the game for most of it. Mamiya to the hoop. What quickness does that young lady have? Kiki with her 8th point. Carly speeds up the court. Bounces to Vernon. Vernon fakes baseline, goes to the middle, kicks it to the corner. Zanuski up top and through the hands of Gooley. And unfortunately, it's over and back.
Yeah, 11 turnovers right now on the Highclimbers.
Checking in for the Climbers, number 2, Jade Smith.
So Jade Smith will return for the Highclimbers, and Cheyenne Kenyon will sit down. Gig Harbor ball with a 7-point lead. Minute 10 to go. Here's McReynolds. Bounce it over. Turn and shoot by Barry for 3. No. Carly Thompson pulls down the rebound. To Vernon. To Gooley. Gooley takes another 3. Yes! Back-to-back threes for Taya Gooley. Keeping them in the game like she did on Wednesday.
Yep.
And they close to 4 points, Jerry.
Well, I'm glad they're giving her a little room.
Not much, though.
Okay.
She wanted that ball about 3 seconds before she got it. And then the defense closed in. Here's Barry to Young. Young just pushed off, got away with some pull-up jumper for Bailey. Goes in. I only have 5 points for Bailey Young.
I do, too. She has 1 2-pointer and 1 3-pointer.
Yeah, I think her earlier shots haven't been falling.
No, they haven't.
6-point lead for Gig Harbor. May ping to the hoop, swatted out of bounds by McReynolds. I think that's about 3 or 4 blocks on McReynolds, Jerry. She's having quite a night defensively.
And I think that's about the 3rd or 4th time that May is taking the hoop, taking the ball to the hoop. The girls are doing a very nice effort of taking it to the hoop.
Inbounds to Gooley, catch and shoot for 3. Yes!
Oh!
9 points all in the quarter for Taya. And it's again a 3-point, or actually it's 3-point lead. Edwards with it, trying to find some space, hook it down to the box. Mamiya turnaround jumper short, and I think Abby Z got away with a foul there. There's the Gooley. Gooley to the 3-point arc. She's going to take it to the hoop. Nope, draws double team. Kick it to Thompson. Thompson top of the key for 3 at the buzzer. No, just short. And we're at half. But a good half for the Lady Highclimbers. They now trail Gig Harbor 22-19. Go ahead,
nice
Jerry.
comeback.
Nice comeback.
What was the biggest lead
10.
for Gig? 10. So,
10.
yeah.
So they came back, and they're pulled within 3, which is where we sit here at halftime. We'll be right back.
There's so many great things about life in Mason County, and Hood Canal Communications is proud to be one more. Headquartered in Union, we offer the speed and reliability your family needs, backed by hometown service and support. Whether you need to just check email or power all those Wi-Fi devices around your home, HCC has the right package for you. Stop by one of our friendly offices, call or visit hcc.net to learn more. Hood Canal Communications, keeping our community connected.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only source for live high school sports broadcasts in Mason County. Join us every week this school year for another exciting game. If you want to be part of future broadcasts, contact Mason Web TV right now and become a community broadcast partner. Join the likes of Hood Canal Communications, our community credit union, and Mason General Hospital and Family of Clinics in supporting student athletes. A simple phone call, text, or email can put you in the next broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Hey sports fans, do you want to know when and where your favorite teams in the Olympic League are playing? Who won the game last night? And what the current standings are? Well, it's easy to find out on OlympicLeague.com. The information is entered by athletic directors and coaches, so you know it's accurate and up to date, making OlympicLeague.com the place to view official schedules, scores, standings, photos for all the schools and all the sports in the Olympic League. Check out OlympicLeague.com, the official website of the Olympic League.
Yeah, welcome back to the Mini Dome. Junior cheer, or junior dance, I guess is what this is, on a court performing for us tonight. Halftime score, the Gig Harbor Lady Tides 22, the Shelton Lady Highclimbers 19. Now the Tides leading scorer, Kiki Mamiya with 8 points. Got 3 for Megan Edwards, 5 for Bailey Young. A basket for Tia Bear, and a basket for Madison Olmstead. For the Highclimbers, Taya Gooley leads the way with 9 points, hitting 3 threes in the second quarter. Cheyenne Kenyon has 4. A basket for May Ping Vernon and a basket for Molly Della Cruz. That's where it sits right now. Jerry, what do you have for us?
All right, let's start with the Highclimbers, the Lady Highclimbers. They had 11 turnovers. They shot 7 for 24 for 28%. Yep, 28%. Okay. And they made 3 of 8 from the three-point land. And Taya Gooley made her last 3 three-pointers, which is a good indication. Sometimes I've watched Taya be really hot in one half, and then the coach for the other team makes an adjustment. Hopefully there's not that adjustment, and Taya continues her making threes. She's just a great shooter. Yes. So anyway, 11 turnovers, and they were 7 for 24 for 28%. For the Tides, they made from the field 10 for 28. They were 34%. They were a little bit better on their shooting percentage, and they only had 6 turnovers. Okay. And of course, like you said, Kiki made 4 of her 6 from the 2-point area. So that she was hard to stop. Number 5. I was impressed with her. And Kiki is a junior.
Right.
Foul shots, well, Gig Harbor didn't shoot any foul shots.
That's true. Good point. I didn't even realize that, but good point there.
And Shelton shot 4.
All by Cheyenne Kenyon.
Yeah, all by Cheyenne, 2 for 4. So they were 50%. So they got to improve that a little bit.
Yeah. Right, turnovers. What did the Highclimbers have on turnovers?
I have them down for 11.
11.
What did you have?
The fast pace of this game has kind of limited my ability to track that.
Thank you for having confidence in me.
I was too, Jerry. You cover my butt. So.
Well.
But a good, I would say a good first quarter for Gig Harbor and a good second quarter for Shelton. And, the Tide had a 10-point lead in the first quarter. And Highclimbers pulled in within the 3. That's pretty impressive.
I was impressed. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was impressed with Shelton's taking it to the hoop. I know they got it blocked a few times, but I like that effort. And hopefully they will draw more fouls in the second half if they continue to do that. I was also impressed with the defense of 2 girls especially, and that was Vernon and Carly. And Carly did a good job tonight, although she only has 2 points. She took the ball to the hoop very well, and I again apologize. But
no, that's okay. I was just saying this game so far has a feel very much like the Yelm game. where one team will make a little bit of a run and the other team will come back. And what I'm saying, the one team, it seems to be the visitor team, in Yelm, they'd go up by a few, and Shelton would pull it within a 4. And this has got the same feel, but it's a little less of a gap with the 3 so far. But they have to control the ball better and cut down on the turnovers.
They do, and they've got to control the young gal, Kiki Mamiya. She does a good job. I don't know if she was one of the girls that hurt us in the last game up at Gig Harbor, but
no, it was Bailey Young.
Bailey Young.
Okay. As Coach Liz told me in the pregame, they had a player that they weren't prepared for because they never saw her. She's a freshman.
She's a freshman, yeah.
It's kind of like when Timber Ware, her first couple of seasons with the Highclimbers several years ago, where she came in and surprised everybody because there's this freshman hitting all these threes. But
then as a junior, she was getting pressured a lot more, and I think you started to see the frustration level come up, and that was too bad.
Now, Jerry, you made a point about Taya Gooley's shooting.
Yes.
She has to have the space. There wasn't a lot of space in the first quarter for her to even touch the ball. And then in the second quarter, I don't know if she just decided they'd get it to her earlier or she's just, I'm going to take the shot. It doesn't matter if there's somebody in my face or not. I think that Taya shoots better when somebody's defending her because I've seen her be defended by somebody much taller, and she still hits a 3.
Well, you could be right.
I mean, it's just, and the way she shot Wednesday night, I didn't have the percentage, but she was just on fire, and she kept Shelton in the game.
Was she equal in both halves?
Pretty much. Yeah, it's hard to say. Like I said, I didn't have the Jerry Apple statistic guy to track everything, but,
Well, I can run down there right now, but I won't.
All right. Well, it's halftime, 22-19. We'll take another timeout. We'll be back with more from the Mini Dome as the Gig Harbor Lady Tides lead the Shelton Lady Highclimbers 22-19. They'll be right back.
Mason General Hospital and Family of Clinics now offers 3D mammograms. The new Selenia Dimensions 3D mammography system in the Diagnostic Imaging Department at MGH has ergonomic design for patient comfort, provides up to 40% reduction in false positive recalls, has a proven 41% increase in detection of invasive breast cancer, is FDA approved, and is superior to 2D mammography. Call today to schedule your mammogram.
Mason General Hospital and Family of Clinics, equal opportunity provider, translation services provided.
Frustrated by rising cable prices? You're not the only one. As your local cable TV provider, we work hard to give you the channels you want to watch the local news, enjoy family night, and cheer on your favorite sports team. We also fight to keep your rates fair, but at the negotiating table, large corporate broadcasters demand higher fees for their programming. As TV viewership goes down, broadcast rates continue to go up. It's not fair. None of us should cover their losses. Visit KeepTheConnections.com for more information on how we're working for you.
Everyone has dreams, but not everyone knows the steps they need to take to get there. At the Community Financial Center, we help members of our community credit union to work toward their dreams. Located inside the Shelton Mountain View branch, the Community Financial Center works with families to help them pursue their short and long-term goals, specializing in comprehensive financial planning, investment advisory services, insurance, and retirement planning. At the Community Financial Center, we work one-on-one with our community credit union members to help them identify their needs and their objectives. Together, we'll develop a set of strategies that seek your success. Isn't it time to set a path to your goals? Set up a free, no-obligation consultation at our community credit union's Community Financial Center. It's your success. We just guide you towards it.
This broadcast is copyright protected by Digiproof on behalf of Diedrich Allen and Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, and is intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of its contents, pictures, descriptions, and accounts without the consent of Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, MasonWebTV.com, and Hood Canal Communications is prohibited.
Well, extra long halftime due to the performances that we've had tonight. Of course, you saw the junior dance team, and then the Pips performed here at halftime. The girls' game 22-19. Gig Harbor Lady Tides on top. Excuse me. Took a swig of my soda, and now I have a little bit of gas coming up. That's, yeah. We talked about that last week, I think. Jerry,
it's really interesting to see the youth in our community get so involved at these games, the PIP and the young dance girls.
Yeah, the junior dance team, which is always a surprise because they're like, they sneak in here, and then all of a sudden there's all these young kids out there dancing.
Yeah.
Well, we're ready for the third quarter. Gig Harbor will start out with the ball. Highclimbers, Smith, Allen, Thompson, Gooley, and Vernon. For the Tides, Barry, Mamiya, McReynolds, Edwards, and Young. Young will inbound it from midcourt. Just waiting for everybody to quiet down and get this third quarter underway. Now what's going on? Oh, the shot clock did not start properly. We've played 4 seconds, and now they got it right. So we'll go to the opposite sideline, and inbounds at McReynolds will trigger it this time. It's like the Climbers are going to go a little bit more pressure with a man-to-man or player-to-player, as I like to see it. Here's Mamiya to the paint. She's going to kick it to the baseline, and Barry with a nice, sweet little jumper. That's her second basket of the night. Carly Thompson bringing the ball up court for Shelton. Swing it over to Smith. Smith working the far side. There's Vernon flashing to the baseline with the ball. He's going to spin, go to the hoop, smacked and dropped it in. That's some courage, Jerry. Mei Ping has some courage. She got the bucket and the foul, and they're going to get Kiki with her second personal and the first team foul on Gig Harbor. Well, not much of foul difficulties for either team. The only one who has, well, Kiki has 2 now, and Mei Ping has 2, and that's about it. As Vernon will get the three-point play, and she's 5 points. 2-point lead for Gig Harbor. Young will bring the ball across midcourt, throw it to Barry. Barry will kick it to Edwards, to Young. Young to the foul line. Nice play to Mamiya. Here's McReynolds. Now to Barry. Barry draws a double team off the glass a little too hard. Looking for a foul, won't get it. Jade Smith with the rebound, finds Vernon. Vernon alone to the hoop. Oh, just a little short. I think she was off on her timing when she got that pass. 7 minutes to go, third quarter. 2-point lead for Gig Harbor. If you're looking for the boys' game, they were going to come up after this one. This is a girls' matchup. Edwards, I thought she might have traveled there. Yeah, Jerry. Barry with the ball to Young. Young to the foul line. Hands it off to Edwards. Edwards to the foul line, to the paint out. It goes to McReynolds. Stops and threw it up top to Young, way outside for 3. The one on the shot clock missed it. Rebound. Carly Thompson took it away from McReynolds, but her outlet is stolen away by Mamiya. Edwards for 3. Off the back of the iron. Smith had it for a second. It bounces into the hands of Thompson. Carly pushes it up to Gooley. Taya looks the court over. Guarded by Edwards. Finds Carly Thompson. Working way outside to Gooley. 13 on the shot clock to Mei Ping. Vernon. Vernon will drive to the foul line, to the paint, kick it to the corner. Here's Carly Thompson, fakes the 3, drives to the paint, steps by, bangs bodies, draws a foul.
Nice move by Carly to draw that foul.
I think it'll go on Mamiya. It's a lot of body contact. Yes, it does, and that'll be 3 on Kiki. So they're going to give 2 shots to Carly Thompson. No, they're going to say baseline. I didn't think they were going to give her the shots. It's going to be baseline. So Abby Emery will step on for Gig Harbor. Cheyenne Kenyon steps on for Shelton. Climber ball, baseline inbounds, right of the backboard. Mei Ping Vernon will trigger the play. 2-point lead for Gig Harbor. Third quarter action, girls game. Vernon gets it into Kenyon. Kenyon's going to drive to the side of the paint, find Thompson. Carly hesitates, drives the foul line, stops, bounces to Vernon. Vernon will drive baseline, stops, back to Thompson. Carly spinning, leaves it for Kenyon at the foul line with a jumper that goes in. Cheyenne with 6 points.
Nice pass by Carly again.
Edwards comes up the court for the Tide, swings over to the far side. Now here is Barry to McReynolds. And McReynolds dancing around the top. Swing it over to Emery. Emery back to Young. Young will hand it to McReynolds. McReynolds banging bodies, and then they're finally going to get a whistle. There's a lot of contact, Jerry. A lot of contact. And Taya Gooley will pick up her first personal. And that's only the third whistle on the Highclimbers in the ball game, the first and a half.
Yeah, that's correct.
5:15 to go, third quarter. It's all knotted up at 24. Nice fine Emery out the glass. Nope, Carly Thompson's going to make her earn it at the free throw line. Carly picked up her first personal.
Foul call, number 10, Thompson, her first, second team.
So this will be the first trip to the free throw line for Gig Harbor, Jerry.
That is correct.
And she missed it. Whew, just short. It's what we've talked about this in our broadcast. Something you need to do when you come into the mini dome, practice your free throws. Because it's not the same as in your own gym. The depth perception is just a little bit different. And Emery gets the second one to drop in.
Yeah, it's pretty wide open.
Yeah.
You don't see, I haven't seen another gym like
quite,
it, really.
Quite like it. I hear that Franklin Pierce might have something like that. Or is it Smith with a nice move, fade away on the baseline after getting the rebound. That cheering section over here threw me off, Jerry. Edwards will bring it across the timeline.
And I think that's her first 2 points.
McReynolds took a couple of steps to the hoop with a basket. And that's Tate's first basket of points of the night. And 1 point lead for Gig Harbor. Carly Thompson with the ball for Shelton. Barking out the play. Trying to get by McReynolds. Finds Dela Cruz. Molly to the foul line. Stops. Scoops the shot off. Gets it to Gooley. Gooley on the box. Turnaround jumper doesn't fall. And Barry will pull down the rebound with one hand. Hand it off to Emery. And she'll get it to McReynolds. Here come the Tides, leading by 1. 4:10 to go, third quarter. Over to Barry. Cross court to Young. To Emery. Emery, nice drive side of the paint. Kenyon got away with a foul there. Dela Cruz with the recovery. Up it goes to Smith. Jade had it off the foot of somebody. And it'll go into backcourt. Carly Thompson will grab it and reset. Bounce it over to Taya Gooley. High post feed to Kenyon. Cheyenne got away with a walk. Scoops the shot, and it comes up short. Dela Cruz tracked it down in the corner, and a timeout is called by Coach Liz.
Well, that's her first timeout of the second half for the Highclimbers. And it looks like the offense is basically going through Carly tonight, and they got Taya at a 2 position. It's interesting. I was watching Molly there with that underhand scooper. I've seen her try that a couple other times with not too much luck, but you know, we can also call it an assistant or call it a pass to Taya.
Pass to Taya, yeah. Well, I think with the scoop shot, you got to be a little closer, and I think that's a little out of Molly's comfort zone where she was taking that shot. The timeout was actually to save the possession because Molly had the ball and she was double teamed and had nowhere to go.
Right.
Wisely, she was throwing it off a knee out of bounds, but Coach Liz says, I want a timeout.
Right.
Maintain that possession.
And you got 3 timeouts per half. And
the other thing to note here in this possession, there's 11 on the shot clock for Shelton. Baseline inbounds, left of the backboard. Liz was getting confirmation on whether to reset the shot clock. Carly Thompson has the ball to Smith. Smith over to Gooley. Catch and shoot for 3. Oh, that one rimmed off. Rebound. Young, and she's going to be fouled by Cheyenne Kenyon, her first. Third team foul. A little more physical this half, Jerry, this quarter.
And usually you want to try to keep those last two timeouts to the end of the game unless something gets out of hand midway through the half.
So Cheyenne will sit down, and Abigail Zanuski will step back on for Shelton. It's her first play in the second half. Edwards gets it over to McReynolds. Out it goes to Young. Young steps back for three. That one rimmed off. Dela Cruz with the rebound for Shelton. Hand it off to Carly Thompson, and here come the Climbers. Quickly it goes up to Gooley. Gooley to the hoop. Can't get it to drop in. And that number 12, Pezchek, rips the rebound down, and here comes Edwards for Gig Harbor. Over it goes to Young. Nice move, kick it to the corner. Up top to Barry. Barry, a little push three that almost dropped in, and the rebound goes to Zanuski. I'm sorry, this is Smith. I didn't think that was Zanuski. And it's going to be out of bounds and a turnover on Shelton. Mei Ping quickly up off the Climber bench to return, and Kiki Mamiya is back in for Gig Harbor. Inbounds goes to McReynolds. Back goes to Edwards. Launches it up to Young. Young, quick pass to Pezchek. Down it goes to Mamiya off the glass. Dropped out. Rebound. Pezchek. Edwards, top of the key three. No. Rebound tapped to the baseline, out of bounds. And it'll be a Highclimber ball. So comes Carly Thompson for Shelton with 2:15 to go in the third. 1 point lead for Gig Harbor. Carly gets a double screen, goes to the right, bounces it down to Gooley. Reverse layup doesn't go in, but she was just about mugged and fouled.
Beautiful pass by Carly.
Yeah, by Riley Pezchek. That'll be her first. Third team foul on Gig Harbor. Taya Gooley at the free throw line. This will be her first trip to the free throw line. She missed the first one. She'll get another one. 1 point lead for Gig Harbor. 2:07 to go, third quarter. Gooley got the second one to drop in. Just 10 points. It's all knotted up at 27. Here's Young in backcourt for Gig Harbor. Throws it up to Pezchek. Pezchek tried to get it to Mamiya. Bounced off of a Highclimber leg into the hands of a waiting Edwards. And here is McReynolds to Edwards. Down it goes to Mamiya. Turnaround jumper in the paint. Comes up short, and a foul on Shelton. Who's it going to go on? That'll go on Abby Z, her first. The fourth team foul for Shelton. And Kiki at the free throw line. She has 8 points in her first trip. Got to make it 9. Giving Gig Harbor a lead again. I'm seeing faces tonight that have not been seen in these games, Jerry. In the crowd, I'm saying. As Mamiya misses the second free throw, Vernon rips down the rebound. Here she comes the other way. Wisely turns around, lets the pack goes by. Then she'll get it to Carly Thompson to reset for Shelton. Reverse layup doesn't fall in for Taya Gooley. One of those is going to drop.
I thought so too.
That was a better look than the last time. Here's Edwards in the front court for Gig Harbor to McReynolds. 1:20 to go, third quarter. Mamiya bounces it down. Pezchek with a jumper. No. Rebound goes to Carly Thompson. Carly coming back the other way. Gives it to Gooley. Taya beyond the three-point arc. Throws it to Vernon. Vernon, quick move to the hoop. Nice step by. Drop it in for Mei Ping. And that's 7 points for Vernon.
And she's got 3 nice layups.
And that gives Shelton their first lead of the night. Edwards with the ball for Gig Harbor. Over it goes. Young can't follow it. Drop with a 3. The rebound goes back to Young. She'll step back and put a little fadeaway that falls off. Pezchek with a rebound and the putback. I misspoke. It's not the first lead, is it, Jerry? Or is it? Nah, doesn't matter. I'm thinking him.
think
tied
it was.
Yeah, I think you're.
I think it is the first lead.
Oh, wide open was Vernon. Vernon draws the team, and here is Abby Z to Thompson. Thompson got to go to work. Nice up fake, puts it up, doesn't drop in. Rebound, tracked down, poked up. Who's going to track it down in the corner? Vernon. Mei Ping, wide open lane, kick it to the corner. Here's Carly Thompson. Fakes the three, drives the side of the paint to the hoop, puts it up short. Rebound goes to McReynolds, and there's going to be a jump ball called. Nice play by who? Mei Ping Vernon.
Definitely.
She seems to be everywhere. There's like three of her out there
She's
sometimes.
a good hustler on defense and offense, and she's made 3 layups, takes the ball to the hoop well, and has improved on that throughout the season.
4 seconds remain in the third quarter. Baseline inbounds to Gooley. Gooley put it up. No. Rebound tapped, and that'll do it for the third. But a good quarter, fun quarter. Gig Harbor with a 1-point lead heading to the final 8 minutes. We'll be right back.
Dr. Iris Maudet. I'm a pediatrician here at Oakland Bay Pediatrics. So I was born in the Philippines. I grew up in the Philippines. A lot of a big part of my medical influence came from my parents. They're both physicians. Mason General offers not just outpatient, but there are inpatient work, nursery work, and our nursery here is very busy, and I like that. I like having newborns. I like seeing them for their well child check. It's important to be seeing them the first 2 years of their life.
Well, waiting for the start of the fourth quarter. The Highclimbers will have the ball.
Well, what's interesting is, as you know, in the first half, the Highclimbers were down by 8, and now they're up by 1. That's good. Second thing is, Shelton has cut down on their number of turnovers in the third quarter compared to the first half. Right now, they only have, I have them down for 13. I could be off one. I think maybe I might be. But they've only picked up 2 or 3 turnovers here in the second half.
I misspoke. It's Gig Harbor ball to start the fourth quarter. Was going by the arrow at the scorer's table.
Oh, yeah.
And it got switched somehow, and now here comes Young trying to bounce at the baseline. Nobody home. Out of bounds. I think Bailey was looking for Emery to cut outside, and she went inside, and that's turnover on Gig Harbor. So Taya Gooley will bring the ball up this time for Shelton. Over to Vernon. Vernon bounces the baseline. Delacruz. Molly to Kenyon. Kenyon. Out it goes to Delacruz for 3 in the corner, and Molly with 5 points. That's nothing bigger than that. They're up 2. Shelton is. Here's Young. Young to the foul line. 2 big steps, banging bodies. They're going to call the foul before the contact. 2 shots coming for Bailey Young. And they're going to get Cheyenne Kenyon for her second personal. I don't know how you get the foul. She was camping in front of her. There was no contact. Then Young launched the shot up, made contact. Then they called the foul. I don't know.
And the other thing, the foul, of course, was on Kenyon, but she was almost to that area where she's standing still, and if the girl goes into you at that area.
It's a try. It's a charge. She might have been a little bit too far
under
under the basket. From our
yeah.
angle, it's hard to say. As Young hit the first free throw. I was going to mention that her brother, Jason, is in the house. I saw him earlier. Like I said, I've seen some faces I haven't seen in these girls' games this season. Second free throw by Young is off, and over the top is going to be Mamiya. That's 4 on her. One-point lead for Shelton, 7:26 to go in the ball game. Tate McReynolds will step back on for Gig Harbor, replacing Kiki.
Mamiya's been a key player inside for the Tides.
But with 4 fouls, she's got to go to the bench.
Yep.
You want her later on.
Yeah.
Here's Carly Thompson trying to get by Barry. Switch off, it goes to Young. Now here's Gooley. Oh boy, is it physical. Carly Thompson, they let all these hard collisions go, and then a little bit of a touch they're going to call. And that'll be Tia Berry's second personal, 5th team foul. So 5 team fouls in each team.
And I think the key is at the end when we get into the 1-on-1 situation, who's going to be most accurate?
Kenyon driving side of the paint, puts it up, contact but no whistle. Ball's poked out of bounds, and that'll go over to Gig Harbor. Interesting that they're letting a lot of the contact go, but little, I'm going to rip your arm away. Okay. Interesting. We'll see how this goes down the stretch. Berry with the ball for Gig Harbor top. She'll lob it to the corner, far side to McReynolds. She'll dribble out of the corner, throw it to Edwards. Edwards looking for some space as the Climbers have switched up their defense. Open 3 for Tate. McReynolds, actually that was a 2. She was standing on the line. And Gig Harbor's up 1, 33-32.
Do you have her down for 2 baskets?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Here's Carly Thompson. And a whistle away from the ball as I think they're trying to get Tay off a screen, and I think they just got Kenyon for her 3rd. Yeah, Cheyenne just picked up her 3rd. And that's 6 team fouls on Shelton. 6:27 to go in the ball game. 1 point lead for Gig Harbor. The Tides have the ball. Here's Edwards. High post feed to McReynolds, back to Edwards. Edwards finds a little lane, lost the handle of the ball. No, they just say it was poked out of her hand by probably Carly Thompson.
And you said Johnny Allen wasn't feeling that well Wednesday. Well, obviously, there must be something wrong. Well, is she coming?
No, that's
Jade.
Jade. Inbounds goes to Edwards. Edwards finds Young. Young skipping around to the top of the key. 9 on the shot clock, gets it to Edwards. Edwards will take a 3, little set shot, comes up short. Rebound goes to Kenyon. Her outlet nearly stolen away, but it manages to find Gooley. Here's Vernon. Mei Ping trying to get by Young, kicks to the corner to Delacruz, spinning baseline on Emery. To Kenyon. Kenyon can't handle the pass, it's knocked free, and Berry comes away with it, bounces it up to Edwards. Edwards to the hoop, blocked out of bounds, it thought, but no, they're going to say Mei Ping got something other than the ball.
But still, great hustle.
That's 3 personal fouls on Mei Ping. But it will send Edwards to the free throw line.
I mean, she came from a long ways to try to block that.
So Megan Edwards at the free throw line. She has a 3 in the ball game, make it 4 points now. First of 2 free throws. So Jade Smith will step in for Molly Delacruz. So it's Smith, Gooley, Thompson, Kenyon, and Vernon on the court for Shelton. McReynolds, Berry, Edwards, Young, and Emery on the court for Gig Harbor. And Edwards hit both free throws. It's a 3-point lead for Gig Harbor. Carly Thompson with the ball for Shelton. Trying to get by the defensive Berry. She'll bounce it over to Smith. Smith will drive baseline. Throw it up top to Kenyon. Lobs it down to trying to get it to Thompson out of bounds. How many turnovers, Jerry?
15.
15, that's what I thought. Why would the concession stand be closed? We've got another game here, guys. Edwards finds Young up court. One hands it down to Berry, all alone to the hoop. Up and in. And yeah, Coach Liz is going to want a full timeout. 5:11 to go in the ball game. 5-point lead for Gig Harbor. We'll be right back.
I admit, I did try another TV provider. It sounded like a great deal, but I quickly realized it wasn't. When I read the fine print, I was locked into a long-term contract with a huge cancellation fee. So I came back to HCC. They're more reliable, the service is local, and I save, bundling internet and phone with them too. And I'm a lot happier now.
Great service from a local company. Stay with HCC.
And we're back. Jerry's just talking about stripping here. Sorry.
But you can't see me on the camera, so.
That's true. It is very warm up in our perch at the mini dome. You know, you should have seen me when I'm setting up a camera. I'm dripping sweat. That's why I have a towel, Jerry.
Yeah.
You know, so it does get very warm. And some days it's worse than others. And it's, you know, what's really funny? When it's colder outside, it's hotter up here. I don't know why that is. It'll be high climber ball after the made basket by Gig Harbor to increase their lead to 5.
A lot of hot air.
A lot of hot air. Well, look who's up here, Jerry. Here's Smith handing off to Carly Thompson. She's going to find some sort of a lane but lose the handle on the ball. And Pezchek comes away with it. And here comes McReynolds for Gig Harbor. Hand it off to Edwards. Changing directions to McReynolds. Kick it to the corner. Pezchek takes the 3. That's an air ball. Thompson had to save it in bounds. Who does it go to? There's somebody standing in my way. It's a scramble for the ball. I'm sorry, a big guy in a red shirt was blocking the camera. So they actually called a foul on Bailey Young, her second, and the sixth team foul on Gig Harbor. So it'll be high climber ball. Abby Zanuski with the ball. She'll bounce it up the sidelines to Taya Gooley. Stops at three-point arc. Steps back for 3. Missed that one. Johnny Allen with the rebound and the putback. That's the Johnny we know.
Yes.
Edwards going to stop and pop for 3 and rim that one off. Young with the rebound. She'll throw it back out top, and McReynolds will reset. McReynolds on the drive finds Young over to Edwards. Edwards hands it off to Barry. T is going to drive into the paint. Going to double dribble. Yeah, that's a good call there. Wasn't that obvious, but from our angle it sure was.
It was from our angle, yes,
well,
it was.
From where the referee was, I don't know if she would catch that in many situations. Kiki Mamiya is back in for Gig Harbor. Abby Z with the ball. She'll get it up to Vernon. Vernon will throw it up to the court to Smith. Smith, nice move to the hoop, off the glass and in. Jade with her second basket of the night. 1-point lead for Gig Harbor. Here comes Young to the top of the key. Stops, pops for 3. No. Rebound is going to be over the back. Foul on Kiki Mamiya, and that's it. That's 5.
And that is definitely going to hurt the Tides.
Kiki finishes the night with 9 points.
1 and 1?
Yeah, 1 and 1. We're shooting every whistle from here on out as Johnny Allen's at the free throw line.
Like I said, who's going to make the first of those 1 and 1s?
Well, who's been to the free throw line more in this ball game? About even at this point.
Yeah, it is.
Johnny's first free throw goes in. Tied at 37. She'll get one more. Give the High Climbers another lead if she can sink it. Let's see. Who checked back in? Second free throw is short. Rebound pulled down by Pizchek. And she'll hand it off to McReynolds. Three and a half minutes to go in the ball game. Pizchek to the foul line. Got a hook on Abby Z. I think Abby is a little bit more upset with herself than anything else. And that'll put Riley at the free throw line. She has 2 points, and this will be her first trip to the free throw line. She's one of those late additions, isn't she? She get the first one to drop in. She'll get one more because it's 1 and 1. 3:25 to go in the ball game. Second one drops in.
And they're 7 for 10 from the foul line and 2 for 2 on the 1 and 1 situations.
Carly Thompson with the ball for Shelton, coming back the other way, drives the foul line, finds Abby Bazanuski. She'll scoop it up a little bit short. Rebound pulled down by McReynolds. Quickly up to Edwards. Edwards waited for the pack to come in and finds McReynolds. McReynolds with 3 minutes to work in the ball game, leading by 2 is her team. Berry with it to Pezchek. To the corner to Edwards. And there's a, is it a timeout? Is a timeout called?
Yep.
Wow. What do we got here?
Well, it was a smart call by the timeout for the Gig Harbor coach, because he saw it was going to be tied up. So, you know.
Well, it's a full timeout. And we will, well, I think we'll just step aside. We'll be right back, Jerry.
Okay.
This tuna can looks like it's ready to be recycled, but is it? Let's shine a light on this perplexing mystery of modern-day recycling. Let's look closer. Oh yeah, this can of tuna is not empty or clean, so it's not recyclable. But all you gotta do is empty it out, give it a rinse, and then it's ready for the wonderful bin of recyclability. Do the right recycling thing. Empty, clean, dry. It matters.
Okay, Jerry, we're back here at the Mini Dome.
The Gig Harbor coach was trying to call that a little bit earlier, and finally the officials did recognize it.
He's standing right there.
Yeah.
And the referee was right there. I don't know why he didn't see it. It'll be baseline inbounds. There's 8 on the shot clock. Got to point that out. McReynolds has it. Nowhere to go. She'll get it out to Edwards. Edwards back to the corner to Young. Young is going to launch it with a 3. Missed it. Rebound tapped to McReynolds. She'll dribble out, and another possession for Gig Harbor. 2:35 to go. Here is Edwards taking steps to the hoop. Missed it. Rebound Allen to Thompson. Carly spinning, losing the handle. It rolls free, and there's a scramble for it right out of the basket. And we have a foul or a jump ball?
I think they called a foul.
And that will go on Gig Harbor, because Johnny Allen's at the free throw line. Who did it go on?
33.
33. Okay, that's Tia Berry, her third. And that's 18 fouls on both teams. So Johnny Allen, 1 for 2 at the free throw line. This her second trip, the front end of the 1-on-1. Always got to hit that first one. She didn't.
Yeah, that hurts.
Rebound, Carly Thompson, however. She'll get it to Vernon. Vernon over to Gooley. Back to Vernon. Kick it to Thompson. Thompson, high post feed to Gooley. Takes steps in the middle, puts it up. No. Rebound, Allen up. No, but fouled. I think Taya got away with a travel there.
Yeah.
Right?
You're right.
A little hard to move your feet when somebody's stepping on them, though. And then you end up stumbling. But Johnny Allen at the free throw line. She has 3 points. Make it 4.
Well, that time she hit the top of the 1-on-1.
Well, it's not a 1-on-1, it's 2 shots, but she was shooting, Jerry, the foul. And
I better pay attention.
Yeah, Barry steps out. Who came in to replace her? Gonna have to see. Second free throw by Allen, in and out. Rebound goes to Emery. She's back in the ball game. Hand it off to McReynolds. 1 point lead for Gig Harbor. 2 minutes to go in the game.
Well, it still comes down to foul shots.
It does. You're right. McReynolds almost had it stolen away by Vernon. She gets away from Vernon, steps at the top. 14 on the shot clock, looking for a seam. Stops on the dribble, throw it up top to Edwards. Edwards over to Young. Young hold the ball and get it to the corner to Pezchek. Pezchek will drive baseline, wide open lane to the hoop, off and in. Riley with 6 points. And it's a 3-point lead for Gig Harbor. Vernon, they're going to say she took steps. Yeah, she was so quick to the hoop, there was no dribble involved. So it's 41-38 with 1:33 to go. Gig Harbor with the lead in the ball. Pezchek gets the inbounds, get it back to Edwards. Edwards will bring it up. Met at midcourt by Carly Thompson. Throw it a high post feed to McReynolds. McReynolds drives to the other side. Here's Pezchek. Bounce it over to Young. Young beyond the 3-point arc with 15 on the shot clock. Finds Edwards. Edwards working and a timeout called. It's a 30, so we'll keep it here with a minute 14.
And you know, if they're going to take a three-pointer, it'll be Young probably.
Well, they got shooters, Jerry. I mean, you can pretty much pick anybody out there.
Yeah, and
to
same
shoot
with
a
the
three.
Highclimbers.
Yeah, you're right.
They got 4 girls that can shoot from the three-point area. I know that with Young, they've depended on her the most tonight from the three-point area, but you are correct. They have several other girls who can shoot also
So
from
12,
the three-point area.
Yeah, 12 on the shot clock when the Tide return with the ball. They're leading by 3. We're a minute 14 in the ball game, 41-38.
And I think obviously they're going to look for a two-pointer.
Or run as much clock and try to draw a foul because they're shooting well from the free throw line. Gig Harbor is, for the most part. It'll be sideline sideline inbounds. Young will inbounds it from between the scorer's table and her bench. Looking for Edwards. They're denying Edwards. They'll get it into McReynolds. Back to Young. Young to McReynolds in the corner. 8 on the shot clock. To Edwards. Wide open 3 at the top. Ooh, missed that one. Rebound tracked down in the corner by Pezcek. Pezcek spins baseline. Stops. Pops. Misses. Carly Thompson with a rebound and a minute to go. Timeout by Liz. Shelton. 55 seconds remain. Is it full? Is it 30? Yes, it's full. We'll be right back. Let everybody catch their breath.
Mason Web TV, powered by HCC, is the only source for live high school sports broadcasts in Mason County. Join us every week this school year for another exciting game. If you want to be part of future broadcasts, contact Mason Web TV right now and become a community broadcast partner. Join the likes of Hood Canal Communications, our community credit union, and Mason General Hospital and Family of Clinics in supporting student athletes. A simple phone call, text, or email can put you in the next broadcast on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC.
Well, there's 55 seconds remaining in this ball game. 41-38, Gig Harbor with the lead, Shelton with the ball. If you're looking for the boys game, it's coming up 20 minutes after this one finishes. It was scheduled for 8 o'clock. We're sitting at 8 o'clock now, or 8:02 according to the official time.
Yeah, they'll have to give them 20 minutes.
Well, minimum of 15, but I'm sure they'll give them 20.
Yeah. Yeah.
State tournaments, they give 15 between games, even if they're running long.
Okay.
So the Climbers will come out with Allen, Vernon, Thompson, Gooley, and Smith. Smith will inbounds it. She'll get it in to Carly Thompson, dangerously close to that midcourt strike.
Yeah.
They're looking for Taya, I believe. Oh, no, they're going to get it to Smith. Smith off the glass and in for 2. 1 point lead for Gig Harbor. Ball almost picked off. Edwards comes away with it. Here's McReynolds, and she's fouled. Carly, I think it was going to go on her, and she's very upset with that call. And that'll be, what, her second?
Second foul.
Yeah. So that'll put McReynolds at the free throw line, and Tate has not been to the free throw line yet tonight. So 19 fouls on both teams. Molly Dela Cruz will get set to check back in for Shelton. She'll replace Johnny Allen.
And Molly's a good three-point shooter.
I'm thinking that's what she's going out here for. She's going to get her shooters on there. Smith, Gooley, Vernon, Dela Cruz, and Thompson all on the court. McReynolds' first free throw off the mark, rebound. Carly Thompson pulls it away, and she's fouled by McReynolds. What a ball game so far, Gary.
Oh, wow. Great. Exciting. If you like excitement, this is the game to watch or be watching.
Yeah. So Carly Thompson at the free throw line for 2 free throws, as it's now 10 team fouls on Gig Harbor. Carly only has 2 points tonight. This will be her first trip to the free throw line. She missed the first one. I want to mention that Tate McReynolds did pick up the foul. That is her first. So Carly can tie the ball game here at 32.4 seconds. Short. Rebound pulled down by Pezcek. Lost the handle, but it goes right to Emery, and here's McReynolds. She'll throw it all the way up, picked up by Carly Thompson. Handed off to Smith. And a timeout. 22.1. Go ahead, Jerry.
Well,
I don't know what you can say about that.
Yeah, I just wish we could have made those last 2 foul shots. And it would have been 42-41. But, you know.
Highclimbers have another shot at it.
You know that when you get tired, your legs go first. And that makes a big difference when you're at the end of the ball game.
So it's a 1-point lead for Gig Harbor. Shelton will have the ball coming out of the timeout. Gig Harbor comes out with Emery, Young, Edwards, Pezchek, and Barry. Well, the shot clock is off. So I think you work it around, try to get something, use Taya Gooley as a decoy and go low like they did with Jade Smith on the last possession. They were down here.
You know, be interesting if they put Vernon back in. She's been taking the ball to the hoop well. Let's see what happens here.
So it's Vernon, Smith, Gooley, Dela Cruz, Thompson on the court for Shelton. Far sideline inbounds. Mei Ping will inbounds it. Bounces it into Thompson. 20 seconds. Thompson's going to go to work. To the side of the paint. 2 steps to the hoop. Short. Rebound to Barry. Barry holds and waits for the foul. I don't think that was a look that anybody really wanted. But there's a foul, and Gig Harbor has to earn it at the free throw line. Is be Tia Barry. And she has 6 points, and this will be her first trip to the free throw line. 13.6 seconds remain in this ball game. Gig Harbor 41, Shelton 40. And the Tide's Tia Barry can, well, put them up 2. But she's got to hit her free throws. Allen steps back in for Shelton. McReynolds returns for Gig Harbor. So it's Young, McReynolds, Barry, Emery, and Edwards on the court for Gig Harbor. Thompson, Allen, Gooley, Smith, and Vernon on the court for Shelton. Second free throw off. Rebound to Vernon. Vernon to the three-point arc. Throws it to Thompson, to Gooley. Gooley with her back to the basket. Drives in, scoops it up. Missed the shot, and it's out of bounds, but stays with Shelton with 1.4. I think Shelton's out of timeouts, Jerry.
Is your voice going to last for the second game?
I hope so. Am I sounding gravelly? Okay, 1.4 seconds remain. Baseline inbounds for the Highclimbers. Vernon will trigger the play. Looking it in, trying to get it in. Bounces it high. It's deflected. That'll do it. Oh, boy. What a good ball game either way. 41-40 the final. Gig Harbor holds on. But there's a big fight in Shelton. We'll be right back to wrap this broadcast up. Get ready for the boys' game, which is coming up in 20 minutes or less. We'll be right back.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included in Hood Canal Communications TV service for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Call or visit Hood Canal Communications online to learn more.
I'm Dr. Amy Maurer. I work at Olympic Physicians currently for Mason General Hospital, but we will obviously all be working for Mason Clinic here in the upcoming months. One of the things that drew me to Mason General was the fact that they're, right out the gate, their mission statement was "We put patients first," and that has always been my philosophy, and that has always been my approach to medicine and to patient care. I feel like the best medicine is accomplished when you put patients first, because then you're always motivated to do the right thing and to do the best for the patient.
Since 1941, our community credit union has been focused on our members and helping you achieve your financial goals. At OCCU, we offer personal, mortgage, home equity, and business loans to meet your needs. Our top priority remains the same, providing personal, professional caring service to our members.
Helping people is very gratifying. To be able to say I work at a place that does that every single day, I'm very proud to be a part of that.
Become a member and become part of a growing, diversified family.
When you call OCCU, you get a live person, not a recording. Call representatives like me are truly here for you.
Dedicated to our community, last year OCCU employees volunteered over 1,700 hours to 43 service groups, schools, and community events. For over 20 years, we've been awarded the highest rating from Bauer Financial, the nation's leading bank, rating, and research firm. Come see the difference and give OCCU an opportunity to earn your trust.
Well, I see it there with the girls' final. Gig Harbor 41, Shelton 40. The tie did it pretty balanced-wise. Leading scorer was Kiki Mamiya, 9 points. 6 for Riley Pezchek, 6 for Bailey Young, 6 for Tia Berry, 4 for Tate McReynolds, a basket for Madison Olmstead, and a 3 points for Abby Emery. For the Highclimbers, Taya Guli led the way with 10 points. 7 points for Mei Ping Vernon, 6 for Jade Smith, 6 for Cheyenne Kenyon, 5 for Molly Delacruz, 4 for Johnny Allen, 6 for Cheyenne Kenyon. I missed her because I had my thumb over her box score. Carly Thompson had a basket. So tough fought game. The Highclimbers were down 10 in the first quarter, came back and made a game of it.
Oh, yeah.
In the end, they just came up a point short in the girls' game. The boys' game's coming up. Go ahead, Jerry. What do you have?
Sure. Thanks, Diedrich. Boy, you did a good job.
Got another one to do, but we'll see.
We'll do it. Gig Harbor made 7 for 12 from the free throw line. Shelton made 6 for 14. That's the difference right there. And like I mentioned, it was going to come down to that fourth quarter and who did well on their foul shooting. You notice I didn't say 1-on-1, but that's part of it.
Right.
For Shelton, they were 15 for 49. They were 30% from the field. They had 18 turnovers, cut it down a little bit in the second half from the first half as far as the turnovers. The Lady Tides, Gig Harbor, they were 15 for 51. They were at 29%. So the shooting percentage were very, very close. And they had 12 turnovers. So that the turnover ratio there, that was a big factor. Plus, the Highclimbers could have made a few more foul shots. You know, you got to shoot at least 60, 70%. And even, you know, Gig Harbor just probably shot over 50%. It was a great game. If I was to point out a couple ball players, is it okay if I do that?
Yeah, go ahead, Jerry.
I was very pleased. Well, Taya Gooley definitely kept them in the game there at the end of the second quarter when she made those three-pointers, and that's why the score was only 22-20, I think, at halftime, 22-19.
Right.
But so, and the second, Carly was all over the court, and so was Mei Ping Vernon. Cheyenne had a pretty good first half. Molly DeCruz, Johnny Allen. Johnny, I'm not sure. She didn't play a lot, and I wonder if maybe she's been sick or whatever.
Could be the coach. Coach Cantright did say that the flu bug has been with the team. They have one player out, but
we're not sure.
We're not sure. It could be hanging around.
I thought Molly played a good game tonight.
Yeah, Molly does.
Yeah, she came in and shot well. She made a three-pointer. Taya, of course, made those three-pointers in a row. Unfortunately, we could not make our shots from inside the two-point area. 11 for 37. Right. Although we took the ball to the hoop pretty darn well. I was proud of the girls for that. And Gig Harbor made 13 for 31 from the two-point area. They were able to get a few more easy baskets inside, and I think that's because of Kiki Mamiya and Tia Berry.
Right.
And Tate McReynolds. Now, here's the thing that almost hurt Gig Harbor. They were only 2 for 20 from the three-point area.
Yeah.
So I'm going to head down and get the starters for Gig Harbor.
Okay, that sounds good.
And do you have the starters for the other team?
I have starters for Shelton. So.
Okay.
And I think we're pretty close to what we have for Gig Harbor, but Jerry will track that down. Let's see here. Next up for the Shelton girls, they hit the road Monday and face the Central Kitsap in Silverdale. The Lady Tides will host North Thurston on Wednesday. So that does it for the girls game, 41-40 the final. The boys are on the court warming up, and we'll talk about that matchup next on Mason Web TV, powered by HCC. So we'll be right back with that.